Before all that, in the end, she sells me for only $100. Women in this market usually go for larger carats. The woman at the pawn shop with the nails filed down to pink nubs tells her without blinking. She doesn't stop to think it over, doesn't caress my head a last time with her thumb. She plinks me onto the glass countertop and takes the bill. Before that, the woman's husband lost Goldband in a parking lot after another fight. He'd wanted to see how Goldband felt in his jacket pocket. They were both waiting to see if they would need another after Goldband. Goldband was simple and hammered smooth and reflected light in every direction. I could tell he was falling for me too, even if he didn't say it. Once, when they were reaching across the table, we even clinked together. Goldband said it was the sound of angels. For a solid year before that, I lived in our top dresser drawer and only caught glimpses of Goldband, like the time the man went rummaging through her things before packing his suitcase to go somewhere without us. In that time, she said she hated how I felt against her skin. She stopped eating meals, lost weight, and her fingers shrank. When she did wear me, she spun me around endlessly with her thumb, making me dizzy. I didn't see much of Goldband during that time, but I thought of him constantly. Years before that, she almost lost me. She went out without him, got drunk, and waved her hands around, telling stories. I slipped off and clinked onto a sticky bar floor next to crumbs of fried batter. We spent a lot of time in that bar, never any of it with Goldband. I had always assumed if one of us would be lost, it would be me. Before that, I met Goldband on a satin pillow together in a small church. It wasn't love at first sight. There'd been another before Goldband I couldn't forget. It took Goldband and me years to get used to each other. We were never on the two hands that held each other, but Goldband reflected the light perfectly and had an etching down his middle that made the most delicious scratching sound against the man's thumbnail. Before that, the man pulled me out of a black box at a restaurant by the ocean. The waves rose and fell endlessly next to our table, and I longed to touch the water, but didn't, because just then he got down on one knee. She looked at me with wild delight, me, and said yes. Before that, he checked and rattled the bulge in his jacket pocket a dozen times. Before that, his mother gave me to him. I thought she would keep me, because before that she too had said I do. There was yellow gold before Goldband, with mill grain beating around his edges. Yellow Gold had been to war and back and had a few nicks from the experience, but I told him, and I meant it, the shopkeepers knew nothing of true value. Before that, a jeweler mounted me onto a slender gold setting with small claws above a gold circle that wrapped around and then became part of me. There's something divine in being joined together like that. I sat that way for a long time in a glass case under a hot fluorescent bulb, waiting for someone to notice the way I let the light shine through me. Before that, the jeweler explained to her apprentice that the light shining through me meant love, that gold had meant power and immortality in ancient cultures, and diamonds were chosen because we seemed to resist any tarnish or chips, although I didn't choose to be who I am, and if truly pressed, I'd say if love is forever, where is yellow gold, and if second love is possible, why not Goldband, and what these impossibly tender humans could never understand is that their strength is in their soft forgetfulness, and being made of a hard and unforgiving substance is to carry many lives of memories on our surfaces. Before that, a boy with feet caked in clay found me in a wooden sieve, gulped, and gazed at me. That was after many years of lying under the earth, deep within a fiery mantle. I still think of his puffy cheeks, his tiny fingers. I think too about Goldband out there on the pavement, and what fleshy human fingers may lift him up again, and hope.